welcome to another Explore Everyday Aurora chase. It is November 5th. I am 2 minutes from my house in my neighborhood, and I've been wanting to shoot the Aurora over this pond for quite a while. I literally just landed from Austin, Texas about an hour ago and took my first picture ever of the Aurora from an airplane. I'll show you that here. It's not going to win any awards, but consider we're flying south to north. I think as we came into MSP, the plane just turned a little northeast and I was able to get a shot. So that was shot number 1 here on November 5th. Now I'm in the neighborhood, so kind of fun. I can see it a little bit naked eye visible. It kind of comes and goes, but as I was leaving MSP, the airport here in the Twin Cities, driving across the 62 bridge, I could look north towards St. Paul and see the Aurora as clear as day, with a full moon, with all the light pollution of the city, and the Aurora was completely bright. I just didn't have a spot to pull over to take a picture of it, so I raced home, and now I am out. November 5th. Stick around and let's see what kind of shots we can get. So before I leave the spot, you can see some pine trees right over here. I actually have a time lapse tucked in behind those. There's a main thoroughfare in the neighborhood right behind the camera here, but no one's gonna see that. And I'm just gonna let that run and see what kind of time lapse we get from the neighborhood. So I'm gonna pack up, and my next spot is going to another lake here in Woodbury, where I actually attempted to shoot the October 10th G4 storm last year. So I'm gonna go out on the pier and see if we can get a shot there. Gonna take a look at data and see if we have any kind of substorm coming up shortly as well. Might just keep it local and do some in-town shooting tonight. Let's go. All right, we are back at the scene where I began last year on October 10th for the big G4 storm at a lake here in Woodbury out on the pier. So I got my Sony A7IV set up here to take stills right now. The Aurora's kind of quiet. I think you can kind of see it over my shoulder. It's actually a little better to the northwest tonight. So I'm just gonna kind of linger about here a little bit. I'm only 6 minutes from home, which is nice. I did check the data, like the BZ is pushing around 16 south, which is fantastic. And the magnetometers are on the downtrend, which typically can translate that a substorm is building. I would like to see that auroral arc start climbing in the sky, which is another indicator that a substorm is building. I don't see that right now. But just a dead calm night out here, probably in the high 30s. I think I saw 39 on the truck when I was driving around. Full moon up over behind us here, but just a gorgeous early November night to be chasing Aurora. And the sun has been very active the last 36 to 48 hours. It is Wednesday night right now. It sounds like we may have excellent chances at Aurora all the way through the weekend. So we have no sports this weekend, no complications, just some yard work. So hopefully we get some great Aurora chasing here for the next 3 or 4 days. The 11/17 update. There's not much to update. There's still green aurora on the camera, but not much is happening right now. But I have convinced myself I'm gonna hold out at this spot for a substorm. With the pier, with the calm water, just the potential's too high right now. If we get a substorm, we're gonna get reflections off the water. A month from now, this won't be water. Maybe 2 or 3 weeks from now, this won't be water. It'll be frozen. So I'm just gonna stick this out. I'm like 8 minutes from home, like I said earlier. I'll keep my eye on the data, see if we have anything building. I want to say it's naked eye visible, but I don't know. Maybe a slight green tint to the horizon, but there's so much moonlight out tonight. So I am just going to wait it out here. The closer I stay to home, the later I can stay out. So I'm going to go ahead and check the webcams, check Ely, check Michigan, see if anything is building on those webcams. And hopefully we'll see that, and we'll have a big substorm with some reflections down here. All right, so here's the data that we're looking at. So if we go to the top, you can see the KP is very good, KP6, so we're probably in a G1 or G2 storm right now. Nothing dramatic about the solar wind speed at 409, density, nothing dramatic. You can see the BZ had just been steady minus. It has been minus single digit south, or down to -8. But you can kind of see the auroral oval as we see it, and then here is the GEOS magnetometer. And what we're looking for is this area dropping over here to spike back up, and oftentimes that is in line with a substorm. I believe the last substorm was about 8:15 while I was on my flight, so that was probably back in this area. So now we are dropping back down, and maybe when it gets to about that same level, we'll spike up. So maybe a building substorm coming. All right, so if I'm a betting man, I am betting we are building to a substorm. I'm starting to see that auroral arc climb in the sky, so I have now set up a time lapse nice and low to the water down here, so I kind of have the shot framed up. So you have the pier kind of boxing the shot in from the left, and you have the whole lake with the aurora arc going across the entire lake. I can see it naked eye visible right now with this full moon, so that is why I set up a time lapse. The problem is my time lapse location really restricts where I can go from here, so I can either use that camera to shoot straight out the dock, or maybe go down shore and find something different. But I think we have a substorm coming. I'm gonna say this is gonna go off before midnight, and it is 11:39. Pretty bold prediction. Let's see if it comes true. Well, my prediction has come and gone. It's about 12:03. We still have the arc building out here, but we have not had our substorm yet. But I now have 3 cameras time-lapsing. I have one back in my neighborhood, which I'm going to guess is probably frosted up by now, and or the battery has died. But all you can do is set them up and see what happens. I've got one on the dock right here, and then I have my low one against the water over there, and saving my Sony A7S III for video, stills, and whatever else comes to mind while we're out here waiting for this substorm. It's building, it's coming, it's just a matter of time, and I'm gonna wait it out tonight. Look at that shadow from the moon. It is like daybreak out here. It is so bright. It is a super moon tonight, the brightest moon, I believe, of 2025. 1 a.m. and the data has gone completely BZ north. You can still see the Aurora, I think, over my shoulder here on camera, but I am going to call it a night. Got one substorm, but during the substorm, I did get a fireball meteor, probably a Taurids meteor. We're coming into that meteor shower right now. And so that is great on my Nikon D750. Got it right through the heart of the substorm. I still have my A7IV shooting, so that potentially has that meteor as well. And if by some grace of luck, my other camera is still running, it could have got it. So 3 cameras running time lapses tonight, plus my Sony. It's been a lot of fun. It looks like we are in for an active 3, 4, 5 days of Aurora. I'm home the whole time. Let's hope for clear skies, and I will see you in the next Explore Everyday Aurora video.